Welcome back from the short break. It is time for Twitter Jabs too, and this is the segment where I get to sit down with our guest of the day to deliberate on the topic that we addressed in the first part of the Twitter Jabs. And in case you missed that, today we are discussing the future of Ugandan film. And in studio with me is a Ugandan award-winning actor, film director, producer, best known for his roles in Chadala. However, he has produced a number of movies as well, including Rain and now the most loved and watched series in Uganda, and that is Sanyu. In studio with me is Mr. Matthew Nabwiso.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I think it's really weird, awkward for you to say hi again because we were talking before. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, and I'm happy to be here.
Yes, like I told you when we were off camera, behind the scenes, that I was really looking forward to meeting Eleanor. And the two of you have created this magnificent film production house, and that is Nabwiso Films.
Yeah.
And I am a huge fan of the both of you.
Oh,
I watch everything that you do.
Thank you.
So let's get right into it. So what is the future for Ugandan film?
I would say the future is very bright. It is very, very bright, and I see it becoming even brighter than the music industry.
Are you serious?
Yes, I see
Are
that.
you serious?
Yeah, because before film, I was a little involved in the music industry.
Yes.
But for, whatever reasons, I decided to step out of it. And then I got onto the ship of film. And the way I've seen film grow in Uganda, it is so fast. We have very many high quality films.
Yes.
As a production house, we've had films that we've produced like Rain.
Yes.
That have won international awards for best film from Africa. This is like in the London Eye International Film Festival.
Yes.
Nurain Film Festival in Australia, and many, many other festivals. Bed of Thorns has won best movie from Africa in the London Art House Film Festival. We've had many of our shows like #Family being watched on international platform, and people think we are really doing a great job.
Yes.
Yeah, just like today, if you find a lookout film now on Netflix, I mean, we are producing good quality stuff now, and
Yes.
the future is very bright.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now you mentioned Lukman's film is now on Netflix, and this is just, I believe, the first step in the right direction for Ugandan film. This is the first movie in East Africa to feature on Netflix. What does it take for Ugandan content creators to have their movies featured on international film distribution streaming platforms such as Netflix?
I think it takes a combination of things. One, of course, with film first, it will have to start with the quality of production in terms of picture and sound.
Yes.
Then the story is number 3. So if you have a good picture, you have good sound, then you have a good story, you have great actors, and I think that is the direction, because most of these platforms are looking for that first, because it's the picture that is going to attract eyeballs.
Yes.
The sound is going to get the attention.
True.
Then if the story and the acting is great, and it's a relatable story worldwide, then yes, we are going to see very many of our Ugandan films out there.
All right. I watched an interview that you did some time back, and you said that one of the biggest hindrances to the Ugandan film industry is pay.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think that this, your industry, your career path does not pay. Many people think that it's just acting stops in MDD at school, and and even our parents are not encouraging children to go into the universities to get into the performing arts. And you did say after Sanyu was picked up by MultiChoice, you were able to pay your actors handsomely.
Yes.
So is there any government assistance? Who is actually helping the film industry grow?
I would say in terms of remuneration, we don't have any government assistance per se. Nothing.
Is there an association, a filmmakers
yes,
association?
we have
in
several
Uganda?
associations. They've been trying to push this for a very long time. It hasn't happened yet. I think the one way government has managed to come in and help is through UCC. that form the Uganda Film Festival.
Yes.
Now, the Uganda Film Festival has awards. It's an annual festival. It comes with awards, and these awards actually come with money.
Yes.
And they come with good money. So if you have a very good film, and
Yes.
maybe it won Best Film of the Year, the kind of financial award that comes with the awards actually can help one be able either to invest in equipment or make another movie. So I think that is how government has managed to help through the Uganda Film Festival.
All right.
But other than that, we would say thanks to the likes of MultiChoice, because they've come in and believed in us as an industry, and have pushed here. For today, as a producer of Sanyu, the series, I am employing 65 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 65 people. You're looking at cast and crew. And these are people now that have jobs that are full-time. Now, someone can afford to say, I am an actor for a living, or
Yes.
I shoot film for a living, because you're now guaranteed of a paycheck
Every month.
for a whole year.
I have
and
some
the next
check
year,
at that.
because now we're in year 2 of filming, and
Yes.
this is happening. And we will realize that even the paycheck is better than so many corporate jobs. Is better than what so many people in banks are getting, what so many people in insurance companies are getting. It is a good paycheck at the end of the day. So I think the film industry is growing, even in terms of finance.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is absolutely a huge brag. Have you heard? You know, actors are now earning way better than a lot of people in the corporate world. But before I get into how you managed to thrive during the COVID period, because you were shooting Sanyu and also starring in Chadala during the pandemic. But before we get into that, I want to read a tweet from a gentleman called Gabriel Bule, and he was talking about pirated content. And this was in regard to Lukman's film, and he says, our TVs thrive on pirated content, and at UCC_official is yet to take serious action. At Lukman Ali's film got pirated hours after the official at Netflix screening. Is it not just criminal but also irresponsible? So I want to ask, how is UCC, or how is the film industry, regulating their content so that it is not pirated and stolen? Because when movies are pirated like this, then that means the content creator is not getting a cut of that.
True.
Not getting a cut of what is being distributed. So how is it being handled?
I think I am not the best person to answer that. Probably UCC would be in the best position to answer how they are going to counter, say, for instance, with that particular incident. But as film producers, we've tried to make sure we keep our movies on platforms that are not going to be, and it's unfortunate. The Lukman incident is very unfortunate, because we didn't think someone could have easily pirated it off Netflix, but it's happening. But what can we do? We'll just keep trying to see, not to put out there, because, like, for instance, as Nawiso Films, we've not put out DVDs. I think we only did for Rain.
Yes.
Yeah, we've not put out DVDs, because the moment you put out a DVD, then everybody can have it. Yeah, you'll sell DVDs worth 50,000 and somebody's gonna make 10 million. Yeah, so you as a producer, you get nothing, but they get everything. So that's why we've not really gone into the DVD business. We'd rather sell to online platforms. You sell to television stations that will give you your cut there and then, and you move on. Yeah.
Makes sense. And it also, like with the series like Sunny, you're releasing episode after episode, so nobody has the luxury to, like, pirate or copy the whole series before it makes it to the series. Well, before we continue this conversation, in case you are not familiar with Mr. Matthew Naviso's work, here are a few trailers of Chadala and Sanyu. Enjoy. I'd like to know, what is it like when you have to embody a different character? Does it irk you? Do you feel awkward? Is it like an out-of-body experience, playing a different character that has nothing to do with who you are as a person? It
is a lot of fun being somebody else. Actually, acting is the only profession that allows you to be somebody else that you're not, and that is really, really nice. You should see my wife playing Lucy.
I have seen that. Oh my goodness.
And many people have come to believe that that's her, those that don't know her. And I also look at at her, I watch it with her, and I'm like,
And you're like, but who is this person?
this is you. But honestly, I think I'm her biggest fan. I find her
Yes.
the most interesting character on Sanyu.
Yes.
I look, because yes, I direct her.
Yes.
Then after directing, I watch the rushes, and I'm like, this woman is crazy. Then I watch it again on TV, and I'm like, damn. We watch it with our children, and they look at it, and the good thing is that they've learned that this is Lucy and
Yes,
this is not Mama.
Mommy. Yes.
So they kept saying, so why is Lucy doing that? Why is Lucy? They no longer go like, Mama, why are you? So they've learned that, and it's fun. It's beautiful to be.
Do you
someone
ever
else.
have fans coming up to you and blasting you for what you
Oh,
did on the last
I
episode?
have had that. I had a lot of that when we were shooting The Hostel. I had a
Yes.
lot of that when we did Chadara. And I remember there's a particular incident. We were in Garuga. So I meet an OB who introduces me to her friends. And this lady's like, oh, this is Matthew's like, yes, I know you. But you can't act like that. You can't. So at first I'm laughing because I'm thinking, oh, we are talking about the film.
Yes.
Then before I know it, she's very emotional and she's getting very personal. You can't treat people like that. You can't. And I'm like, hey, hold up.
Yes.
She was going on, and I was like, okay, I think it's my cue to leave before I get hit by a bottle or something.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, people get really
Really
taken
emotional,
up
and
get
I
emotional,
think that
yeah.
just goes to show how great actors that
Yeah,
you and your
yeah,
wife Eleanor are.
yeah.
Because if you can evoke motion, emotion into somebody who is watching. After they have watched it, then you are definitely.
Yeah.
I think that is a win because
It
you
is.
have driven the point home that these things
Yeah,
actually happen.
yeah.
So let's briefly talk about how you thrived during COVID-19. You were able to, feature in Chadala and also shoot Sanyu, which is actually now in its second season. How were you able to make that possible?
We were able to, because the beauty is we prepared for it. So we knew COVID was coming, there were going to be restrictions, curfews here and there. So in terms of movement,
Yes.
we planned because we have a big location.
Yes.
So we actually planned for accommodation there.
Okay.
Because we knew we wouldn't travel back and forth with the restrictions on movement. First of all, transport was an issue.
True.
Then the hours was an issue. So we had our cast and crew literally in the same place. And those that were staying nearby that could afford to move houses, they came and got rented near the premises.
Oh, wow.
So it was easy for us to shoot. The challenges were more about the hours because we had like so many night scenes that either needed to be shot on streets or what, in clubs, in restaurants, and now these places are closed. And
Yes.
I remember we had, I think it was about episode 50 something of season 1. No, about episode 60, I think, of season 1. And this had to be a beauty pageant. And now getting a location, someone to allow you to have a location was a big problem.
Yes.
Then when we finally got a location, they said, you people are too many. You can't come here. I mean, you might bring us COVID and stuff. So it was very, very challenging. And then people were like, okay, we're going to allow you to shoot this, but then you have to social distance. Now, with film,
Yes.
you can't be at a beauty pageant and you're social distance.
Yes,
On film, it looks terrible.
terrible.
It looks really terrible. So we had lots of those challenges, but of course we were taking into caution
following SOPs.
Following SOPs.
Yes.
We were having our masks on until maybe when somebody has to act, then we,
Take
of
it
course,
off.
they are not going to act with their
the
masks
mask on,
on,
true.
which was a challenge. But we managed to pull through it. Curfew, we try to work a lot with the police to allow us or to give us security when we have to shoot a few scenes here and there.
Yes.
On streets or something, which was also very, very hard to achieve, but we kind of achieved it.
Oh, wow.
We had to also adjust some scenes and take them out of public places and bring them indoors. But we managed to pull through.
That's wonderful. Lastly, and very quickly, how can Ugandan filmmakers get their movies or content internationally recognized, like getting it on, international film distribution, streaming platforms like Netflix, or, get partnerships with international stars and, big names and brands in Hollywood. So how can they do that, and how are you doing it?
It starts with the quality of production. I think when we are making movies, we need to have the right attitude, which is, I am making a film for international viewers. Yeah.
Okay.
When people make movies with the intention of, by Ugandan standard, this passes, I think that's where we get it wrong, because then the Ugandans actually were the first to bash it.
Yes.
Yeah, and the Ugandans are very merciless.
Yes, they are.
They will bash a Ugandan film for something that they would find in an American film and not bash. Yeah, because this is Ugandan, people are more critical, people are more...
Exactly.
So we have to think international standards when you're doing a production in terms of quality of production, from picture, sound to story. And like I said, if the quality is good and the story is relatable,
Yes.
actually that's the most important thing. So many times I get people coming to say, I have my story that I want you to turn into a film, but the story has to be globally relatable. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it's not globally relatable, certain platforms like Netflix won't take it.
Okay.
They want a story that anybody in the US or in Australia will see, I can relate to that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All
So
right.
that has to be the direction.
So lastly, last remarks. What does the future hold for Nabuiso Films?
I think the future is bright.
Yeah.
We are still growing. I could say we aren't even started yet. We are still producing Sanyu, so we are in season 2. People should expect season 3. We have a lot to tell.
I'm excited.
Yeah. We have many feature films coming out. We just finished filming a feature called 24 Hours. It's going to be another interesting story.
Okay.
We have another one that we shall be filming around January, another feature film. So we have series and feature films still coming through.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So excited. I'm definitely excited to see what you have in store for us in 2022. I so can't wait to, watch the end of Sanyu season 2 and see what season 3 has to bring. It's very exciting. It was very lovely to meet you. I'm a huge fan. I'm, doing my best to keep calm and not embarrass myself on national TV. I'm finding out really hard. Thank you so much. My regards to Eleanor and the family.
Okay.
I wish you a happy new year.
Thank you.
And that is all we had for you on this segment of the Twitter Jabs. Keep watching Sunrise at Sea. Coming up is another segment of beauty, wellness, and lifestyle. You won't want to miss it. Don't blink.